Okay, so next up we have Sure Lock by James Kellogg Jr. You can get these from the San Diego Magic Shop. These are by the same
Aren't
people.
they in
California.
America?
They're the same people that made the Lego trick that you really like. The one with you open up a little box of Lego and there's lots of different Lego colours in there, and then you tip them out and they end up all turning red. Yeah, we reviewed it a while ago.
And the little Lego one, you tap,
Yeah.
and then they're all
Yeah, it's really good, that is.
magic.
Yeah, really good, that is. So it's by the same company that makes those.
Sure Lock.
Yeah, it's by the same company that makes those. And what it is it's basically another version of the trick that's been around. There's so many different versions of this, where basically you have a padlock, you put
And
a
then
ring
you
onto a
put-
padlock,
You put
they
loads of
select
different
numbers.
combinations, and then you tell them, oh, you did a riddle thing, and then they said the number after the riddle.
Well, they haven't seen the performance, so let's show them the performance.
Oh yeah.
This
I
is
forgot.
yeah. So this is a performance of Sure Lock. Have a look at this, and then I'll talk you through exactly what the pros and cons are of this routine. Okay, right. I have a padlock. I know you like padlocks. You like escaping from things, don't you?
Yeah.
This is a combination padlock. There's 4 numbers there. Okay. And what you do in a performance is you do this to maybe a couple of people, and you put their rings on there. Now you don't wear rings, so we'll just do it as kind of see if you can guess what the number is, because there's. Well, let me just lock it. Here we go. There's 4,000. There you go. There's 4 different possible digits at the bottom here, right? So there's a possible combination of something like 10,000 different numbers, from 0000 to 9999. The chances of you guessing what that number is ridiculous. In fact, give it a go. Put a few numbers in and see if it unlocks the padlock. You see, the thing is, and this is the thing, it's almost impossible for Ryland to be able to guess what the number is on that padlock. It's almost impossible. And the reason it's almost impossible is because there's so many different possible combinations. However, if I told you that I could make you be able to know exactly what the combination is, even without knowing it, would that be good?
Yeah.
Okay, you trying one more time?
Yeah.
Go for it. No?
No.
Okay, so this time I want you to listen very carefully to me. I'm going to say something. When I finish saying it, I immediately want you to give me a single digit number. Okay? Listen. In Hartford, Hereford and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen. Go.
2.
2. Put the first digit to 2. Now, did it feel like I was influencing you when I was doing that little tongue twister?
Yeah.
Because you see, I've actually spent years... Try it. Does it open? No? I've spent years learning the art of influencing people with tongue twisters. And I'm going to try and influence you to get the correct number using tongue twisters. So let's go for the second digit. As soon as I've finished, I want you to give me a number. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Did Peter Piper pick a peck of pickled peppers? If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
6.
6, but the second one's 6. Now, I couldn't possibly be influencing you, could I? I mean, this is impossible. But if I was, 6, that work? No? Okay, so 2's left. Are you ready?
Yeah.
She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore. Does she sell seashells on the seashore? Yeah, well, she sells seashells on the seashore.
2.
2. Put 2 in. Does that work? No? One last digit. Are you ready? Red lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry. Go.
4.
4, but the last one is 4. But don't try and open it. Think about this for a minute. And seriously think about this. You could have thought of any number 4 times. I know I gave you 4 different tongue twisters, but that couldn't possibly influence anything, could it? A possible combination of 10,000 different numbers. Ryland, try the padlock. And looks like the padlock number is 2,624. Who knew? So that was Sure Lock. Really great trick, really great trick. And this type of routine has been around for a very long time. Michael Murray's got a version. There's been lots of different versions over the years. The advantage of this version is it is an electronic remote control version of the trick. Normally, when you're doing this, you have to kind of influence them or force them onto one particular number, and then the other three are fair, and there's lots of different ways of doing that. But with this, they can put any number they want into the padlock. You have a remote control. And there's only two buttons on the remote control. The first button will immediately unlock the padlock. So the first button, they can put in any 4-digit number they want to. You press the button, it'll unlock the padlock, so when they open it, it will unlock. The second one is a timer. So the timer is quite interesting. The second button underneath is a timer. You press the timer, there's a 10-second timer, I think it is. And you press the button, it allows you to reach into your pockets, press the button, but then you can talk for a while with your hands being shown empty.
Oh, so they just put a random number in, and then when you click it, it opens.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So it's immediately under your control, which is a very fair way of doing this. Now, the one negative that you need to consider is these need to be like charged. So the what do you call it? The actual padlock needs to be charged, and the remote control needs to be charged as well. And you need to make sure that's done before you go to a gig, because what you wouldn't want to do is go to a gig.
An empty battery.
Well, yeah, I mean, but imagine having it where the battery's low and you start to do the routine, but then the battery runs out in the middle of the trick. So now you can't unlock the padlock with the spectator's ring on it. Like, that would not be good at all. Oh, sorry, I can't take your ring off. Come back in an hour, I just need to charge my padlock up. Like, that wouldn't be a good situation. So you need to make sure that if you're going to be using this method, and it is a very clever method, it's probably the best method I've ever seen.
Make sure it's fully charged.
Yeah, make sure before you go to the gig, it's fully charged.
Fully.
Because you could experience problems. Now, the charge, I think, lasts for about 3 or 4 hours. It lasts for quite a long time. But you don't want to get yourself into a situation where you haven't charged it and then it runs out. That would not be a good situation in the middle of a routine.
Imagine if you have like the loads of things on, and then next thing you know, they're all stuck on there. And then,
The actual tutorial was really good. There were a whole bunch of routines on there, a whole bunch of different ideas talking about how to actually use it. It would have been nice to see a couple of live performances, but you know, that wasn't to be, but that's not a problem really too much.
Because we know it works.
We know it works. I've played around with it a few times now, done it a few times. It gets really good reactions.
And if you didn't know it works, we're telling you it works.
Yeah, it works. It works really well. But you need to, the one thing to be aware of, as with any electronic device, is you need to make sure this thing's charged.
Yeah.
I also love the fact that he says on the tutorial, don't use it for escapology. Don't think you can use it for escapology and press a button and have the padlock unlocked. We wouldn't want you to be using this to, get yourself out of a situation where you might actually die. Look, I just wouldn't rely on that. I think,
I would.
Oh, great. But it's very reliable. I've played around with it a lot and it works exactly as it says. One thing that I always try to do when I'm reviewing electronic items is just try it. I've had this now for about a month or two. I've just been trying it over and over and over again just to make sure it works reliably, because the problem with some electronics is they're not reliable under pressure. This is reliable. It works 100% of the time. Just make sure that you're going to have it charged up. And it is the cleverest method for doing this effect that I've ever seen. Also, the padlock looks real. It looks like a big, sturdy, real padlock, which is part of the thing as well. That is a real padlock. Well, it's not, but it looks like a real padlock, doesn't it?
It is a real padlock.
Yeah, it looks like a real padlock. It's got a leather, not a leather, it's got a rubber thing. It's got a rubber thing over the padlock. And to charge it up, you take this rubber thing off.
So that's how it charges?
Well, no. You take this off and then you just put a wire into a hole that's underneath the rubber.
Oh!
But the rubber's on there because it... Shut up. The rubber's on there because it'd look weird to a spectator if they saw a charging point on a padlock, right? So it's like, hang on a minute. Why does your padlock have a point there that you can use to charge it up? That doesn't seem quite legit. So the rubber thing's tight on there to make sure that they don't see that. But yeah, I'm going to give this 95%. I think this is really good. I think this is
I was actually going to give it 95.
95% from both of us. This is the sort of thing that if you, it's big enough to, you can do this on stage, absolutely 100%. You can do it in a parlour show, but also you can just throw it in your pocket and it doesn't take up much pocket space. You can bring it out and you're good to go. And it works 100% of the time. So 95% from Ryland, 95% from me. It's a really good trick. It's called Sure-Lock, and
No. It's not 99% from me and 99% from you.
Did I say 99?
It's 95% from you and 95% from me.
I thought that's what I said. 95% from Ryland and me.
Yeah. You said the 95 from you and 95 from me when it's 95 from me and 95.
You get, I'm almost 50 now, right? I'm just losing my mind.